is enough, and it's time to believe!
Welcome to episode 5 of the XyCast. I am Rich, and I am here with Eddie and Brian. Say hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
Gentlemen.
Yeah. Let's go XyCast. XyCast that doesn't suck. Let's jump right into wrestling news. First, Eddie has a Slammiversary 13 review. Eddie?
TNA Slammiversary 2015 review right here on the XyCast. The show opened up with the competitors of the King of the Mountain arriving to Soundstage 20, which was the venue they were doing at this past Sunday. Then we get the opening package and promo and all that good stuff. Then we open the show with an unannounced match until last minute. We had Tigre de Uno defeat Manic and DJ Z in a decent opening match. It kind of reminded me like last year's, just like a little toned down, obviously due to obvious reasons. Again, this match was made pretty much last minute, which is kind of good because they would need additional 12-15 minutes to pay-per-view, and they delivered about 12. Then in the second, we had the man Jesse Goddard face Robbie E. Bro versus Bro. This has been building up for pretty much since April, when they lost against the Dirty Heels on the tag team edition of Impact, pretty much. Robbie E got the victory over Jesse Goddard in 11 minutes. A decent match, but there's not much more you can say. Then we had a street fight with Bram. Then we had a street fight with Bram versus Matt Morgan in 9 minutes. Bram defeated Matt Morgan. Bram has been calling out past members of the Impact roster, called out Crimson, Joseph Park, Bader, and now Matt Morgan. Then the fifth match, and probably the match of the night, Austin Aries defeated Davey Richards, and Austin Aries pretty much said the match from this upcoming Wednesday, which was a couple of days ago, would be the Iron Man match, tag team Iron Man match. It happened on this past Wednesday's Impact of Bell to Bell. Awesome Kong and Brooke defeated the Dollhouse of Taryn Terrell, Jade, and Marty Bell in a 3-on-2 handicap match in 8 minutes. There was a story to this match. Again, each one of these matches pretty much have a story to them, but backtracking a little bit, or fast forwarding, Jason Powell from ProWrestling.net called the show one of the worst pay-per-view events in ages. Nope. Then we had James Storm and Magnus, probably the second match of the night, in a non-sanctioned match in 16 minutes and 39 seconds. Now, about 14 minutes or so in, Magnus kicked a box, and that's like a production box, I believe, and it knocked out the power in Universal Studios Orlando, Florida, Soundstage 20 for a couple of minutes or so, give or take. And after the match, we had, obviously, I think about maybe 3 or 4 minutes of just like no audio working or whatever, so we got a real good, clear recording of the Slammiversary thing. And then we had EC3 and Tyrus defeat Bobby Lashley and Mr. Anderson. Lashley showed up with his Bellator jacket, and why not a Impact Wrestling jacket? That makes no sense. Then we have the main event, the King of the Mountain match. Jeff Jarrett with Karen Jarrett defeated Matt Hardy, Eric Young, Drew Galloway, and Bobby Roode. We saw a Team Canada, I'm going to say a reunion, but a tease for that, which was pretty cool because Team Canada happened about 10 years ago. Jeff Jarrett got pinned twice, and Bobby Roode got pinned twice. Eric Young got once, and Jeff Jarrett won the match. So with this pay-per-view itself, would it be one of the worst pay-per-views in history, like Josh Powell said? No, we've seen worse. Battleground 2013. Would I say this is one of the best pay-per-views? No. It would probably be like Sacrifice last year, or Bound for Glory in 2013. One of the two. It was a pretty decent pay-per-view. If you have not watched it, I would go watch the King of the Mountain match, James Storm's match against Magnus, EC3's tag match, and Austin Aries and Davey Richards. The rest, Again, we're good matches, but would I recommend them? Yes, but would you actually watch them? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? That. So that was my review of Slammiversary 2015.
And back to news that matters.
Jesus Christ.
So, Dolph Ziggler has or has not re-signed with WWE. The latest news is saying that he has not re-signed. Hold on one second. According to the Chad Dukes wrestling show, there's some back and forth on whether Dolph Ziggler has signed a new WWE contract this past weekend. The Boston Herald asked Dolph Ziggler about re-signing with the WWE, to which he replied, "I mean, it feels like I started here. I should end my career in the WWE. I feel like they like having me around, and I love working here, so it would be really hard to walk away." However, during an appearance on the Chad Dukes Wrestling Show on June 29th, Ziggler said that he had not finalized a contract with the company. He said, "I'm thinking about it right now. I had a request for an upcoming contract that would end a few months from now, maybe 2 or 3 months from now, and they requested back what they would like. I countered another offer, and we're waiting to finalize some things. I love WWE, and I can't picture myself wrestling somewhere else, but it's also becoming now where that Wednesday and Thursday I can't just do that and get some outside live events for comedy and different movie and television options, which would only be to promote myself as a WWE superstar, to make myself a bigger star so I can advance more in WWE. So if I can't find that happy medium, I might have to go away for a little bit." Ziggler was also asked if he would be leaving the company because of his lack of a push. He said, "If you're thinking about re-signing a contract in a business you love, do not Google people's comments about it. Demanding a push, demanding world titles, demanding things. What I demand is to be challenged in the ring every week, and when I do it better than anyone else. You can debate that you don't like the way I sell, you don't like the way I talk, you don't like the way I dress, you don't like my name, but here's the deal. Somehow the 5'11" guy with a funny name and funny trunks has outlasted everyone else in 11 years here and hasn't gone away. Even when I had a concussion, I was backstage filming from my house with my concussion and being on the app at that point. I've never been out and very fortunate with any injuries, being injury prone or anything. I've sat out less than anyone I can think of in 10 years. What I want to do is make myself a bigger asset to WWE. If it involves leaving, that would crush me, but it might. Whatever. A lot of that made sense.
I don't think he's going to leave, though.
He'll
stick around.
I think he's happy where he is. He gets paid to do what he loves, and he's gotten pushes. It's just, I mean, a lot of people feel that he hasn't gotten the right amount of push, the right level of push, but I mean, he seems somewhat happy.
Yeah. He's not, the only thing he has going for him right now in the storyline is that he's with Lana, but
yeah, I know.
That's not really like a big deal.
Yeah, I know. That's not really a storyline in itself. I mean, they're doing something with he and Lana and Rusev in Summer Rae, and it's actually kind of interesting. I'm interested to see where it goes, but I don't have much hope that it'll go much of anywhere.
It's really random. Why Summer Rae? Just for no reason at all. Just, hey, let's pair her up with Rusev.
She has nothing.
Yeah, I was gonna say she doesn't have anything else to do.
Well, it's almost to the point where none of the divas really have anything to do.
I know. There's really no excuse for not having any storylines. There's plenty to do with them. You could, even if it's like, stuff that we've already seen, at least do something. Don't just have them there one week and then the next week there's no sign of Naomi or, Tamina and a few of the others.
TNA knockouts, on the other hand.
Yeah.
They always have something.
I'll give TNA that. They at least know what to do with their women. more or less. NXT too.
Tell that to Taryn and Kong.
They both confirmed yesterday, Monday, that they're staying, and they were just joking around on Twitter.
Some joke.
There's been several times where wrestlers do a joke and tweet, and the internet takes them seriously.
Yeah.
And they later confirmed that it was 100% just a joke. Look at Sunny 2-3 years ago, whatever. She said she had cancer. A couple weeks later, she said she didn't. She was just playing around.
Really?
Yes.
I remember that. Oh, I forget the guy's name right now. There's an MMA fighter that was married to Mariana Comlos.
Oh yeah.
Who was Beaver Cleavage's mom or whatever.
Yep.
And she died of breast cancer.
Yeah.
And he got PO'd. Like, he went on Sonny's Twitter and went off on her.
Oh.
And because, he
Yeah.
obviously,
Right, yeah, it's not a joke. I mean, it's a very tasteless one,
Just like I'm pretty sure if one of us make a fake report to a dirt cheap website, they're gonna easily go with it.
Yeah, I mean,
like Sting has been let go of his Legends contract or something. But not that serious,
I mean, if we were somebody in a position where they would take us seriously, like if we were like a credible source within one of the companies, and if we said, "Oh yeah, I work backstage and Sting, blah blah blah," "Oh no, I was just kidding." Like, people use that all the time to justify lies and other crap,
I actually have a friend that works within WWE's backstage. Because he was working the Raw we went to in June.
Is he a member of our site? Because I saw somebody post something that looked like the computers that they have like at the arena, and he said something about not wanting to mess up his job.
That's another guy.
That's someone else. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have a member that works for NXT.
Oh, okay, awesome. That's cool.
The one that's our friend does like extra production if they need help or something.
Oh, cool. All right, nice.
And he does do the commentary for House of Hardcore, which you can watch Tuesday nights exclusively on the Fight Network.
Do.
Cheap plug.
All right.
Back to the news. Bram has re-signed with his TNA contract for a multi-year deal yet again. That's the third time this year. Bad. It's legit.
What was the there's one wrestling Facebook page that posted a Photoshop picture of the TNA roster, and it was all Bram.
Oh yeah. OSW review.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Then it had EC3 and Tyrus.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, it's like this is the only people left. All right. WWE 2K16 will feature over 120 unique models, not counting DLC or any possible duplicates, like multiple versions of a wrestler, like 20 Triple H's or 35
I want
John
20
Cena's.
Triple H's.
I know, right? I want a Triple H.
I want to see Terry Rising versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley, 1-on-1 in a buried alive match. I want to see that happen.
I want the version of Triple H that was in Corporation and wore that beret. I want the version of him that wore the denim jacket over the shirt, over the vest, over the shirt. I want the version of him with longish hair, kind of wavy. I want the version of him with the beard that looked like Lemmy from Motorhead. I want the version of him with the full beard, long hair. A version of him with the full beard, short hair. Business suit, blue blood. When he just got started in DX. When he was in DX. DX version 2, DX version 3. Like, there are so many different Triple H's you can have. And also,
what about Terra Ryzen?
Oh yeah, we need, if they ever do something with WCW, that would be epic. Terra Ryzen.
And I want to see Michael Hunter versus EC3.
I want John Cena in every single shirt he's ever had.
Every color and every
entire roster John Cena.
Yes.
Then you have just one Michael Hunter.
John Cena for days.
Are you saying Michael Hunter?
Yeah, Michael Hunter.
Halter?
Hutter.
Halter?
Hunter or Hutter?
Herder?
Hutter, I think.
Hutter?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was just making sure.
Michael Horder?
Yeah.
That's
that guy is pretty cool.
That's that one guy that he does some stuff in TNA now that doesn't mean anything really.
Michael is EC3's brother. Derek died in a ball pit of fire.
Oh God.
You don't get me started.
EC3.5.
Hashtag EC4. There's a Twitter.
EC4. yeah. The unborn son of EC3.
Yep. And hashtag EC3 for champ.
In other news, Pro Wrestling Illustrated is no longer recognizing the TNA World Title as an official world title.
Shut up, Brian. Shut up. Jeez.
I can't help but laugh at that.
Why?
It's so weird.
That sounds bad. They're just like, you know what? Your belt doesn't mean anything.
I mean, they still haven't said why. We can only guess that it's because they just don't consider it a legitimate title anymore, which is weird.
Has there been copies of the newest issue surfaced?
I don't know. Let me see.
Then I think I'll be getting mine next week or the week after.
Literally, there's only 2 lines of text about this.
I want to say the digital issue's been released, but not the actual hard copy. And when I get the hard copy, I will definitely check. And if TNA's still in there, I will go off on these search sheets again. The 800th time. But okay.
Your belt is insignificant.
Anyway.
All right. So, that's funny to me.
Not for me.
All right. What's next up for news?
Seth Rollins.
I'm not talking about the TNA releases. I'm not.
Oh yeah, that thing.
No.
I mean, abandoned ship. That's what's happening.
Nope.
So who all's gone? Sam Shaw and Gunner and who else?
I ain't saying a word.
Who else is gone, Rich?
I ain't saying a word.
From TNA?
Right. Yeah.
Hold on.
Like whole roster come end of the year.
James Storm, Magnus, Austin Aries, spoiler for Austin Aries. One other, I think. I don't know, that's all I'm saying.
I don't think Eddie appreciated the joke I just made.
Oh, Austin Aries, Tarrant.
Either that or he didn't hear it.
I did not. What joke?
I asked who got released, and then before anybody said anything, I was just like, well, the entire roster come the end of the year.
Yeah. Let's see.
But don't worry, Bram has his multi-year deal going on, so he's fine.
TNA's gone, and he's just like, dude, I still work here.
Yep, he has a multi-year. Every 3-4 weeks he signs a new multi-year. So.
Are they still behind on paying people? That's been going on for a while.
I don't know.
Hang on, let me check this really quick.
I wonder by the end of the year how many hours of TNA hate will be coming from Brian's end.
Oh, I just remembered that there apparently there was an official from Destination America at the TNA tapings, like there usually is, and they weren't happy about Jeff Jarrett making an appearance because apparently it wasn't planned.
Who was happy about Jeff Jarrett appearing?
Huh?
Who was happy about Jeff and Karen Jarrett appearing on Impact last Wednesday.
Well,
nobody was happy about that.
Well, Jeff Jarrett was, so I mean, come on.
Besides Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, well, that's all that matters.
Yeah, because he's stealing the roster.
Yeah.
No.
I now own TNA. You gotta grab your competition by the throat.
Not even.
I know.
People that think Global Force is competition to anybody seriously needs to wake up, because they're not. They don't even have a television show yet. They did, 4 events prior to this recording, and each one drew less than 150?
Yeah.
They're a new company.
Still.
As it stands, they're essentially just an indie company.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they have a TV deal.
Where is it?
We don't know, but we'll see what happens when they do their TV taping.
I'm predicting on June 30th, 2013, it's going to be on Destination America Friday nights. I almost see that happening.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I seriously see that happening for real.
All right, well.
Then Richard goes quiet?
No.
In continuing negative news about TNA.
Shut up.
More TNA crap.
They're still paying the production crew late. During last Thursday's production meeting, the staff of 35 to 40 employees were informed that their paychecks for the tapings back in May will not be available until July 15th at the earliest.
Jesus.
One longtime TNA production worker commented to Sporting News on the condition of anonymity. It's the same old TNA crap. They don't give a crap. Yeah, I'm censoring myself, but anyway. Ron and Don Harris, I know those names well, were recently put in charge of the production team and told the workers, if you're not happy, just shake our hands and walk away.
Yeah, because we're not supposed to pay you or anything. Just, that's what happens at any job. If they refuse to pay you, just, shake their hands and walk away, because, the money doesn't matter, right? Fucking idiots.
I think the biggest question here is, why put the Harris twins in charge of the production team?
The Blue Brothers.
They need to bring back Chris. Chris Harris.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Okay.
Every time. Jesus.
So apparently, Seth Rollins has been banned from a music festival. The Farnborough Country Music Festival in New York had an actual board that had items that were prohibited from the festival. Among them was WWE superstar Seth Rollins. He tweeted, no idea what Farnborough Festival is or why I'm banned from it, but this is excellent news. #dreams.
That's awesome. I didn't see that tweet.
Yeah. It's pretty likely that they just added him as a joke. They're probably wrestling fans and just wanted to make a joke, because everything else on that list is like regular stuff, like weapons, illegal substances, coolers, pets, glass containers, instruments, large backpacks. WWE superstar Seth Rollins, no illegal vending is prohibited. The usual stuff.
So
that
randomly thrown in.
Yeah, I mean, those are all things that why would you want any of those at your festival?
Okay. I'll talk about the Eric Young thing in a few minutes, but I gotta grab the laptop charger.
Yeah, you do that, Eddie. Do what you need to do, okay?
I'll do it because I'm a 15-year-old.
Do it for The Rock. Do it for the people.
I'll do it for the day. Because new day rocks.
You know who you won't do it for? EC3.
But he will do it for EC3.
Yeah, I know he will.
Life of the only TNA fan on this podcast.
He would do anything for EC3.
You know what? That's something I want to mention really quick. The New Day.
Nude
With
Day?
I'm saying then.
with Bo Dallas.
The Bo Day.
It makes sense, but at the same time, it really doesn't. Like, his gimmick is all about positivity, and their gimmick is all about positivity.
There you go. Then it makes sense.
It does.
Because the
But
power of positivity. Just believe in the New Day. Because New Day rocks.
I believe, just not in the New Day. But it reminds me of when Owen Hart joined the Nation.
Enough is enough, and it's time to believe.
Somebody, one of our members needs to make an edit of, make an edit of like Bo doing an opening quote and just go into the New Day theme.
Yeah. Oh man.
It's a Bo Day.
I could take part of Owen's quote. Well, enough is enough, and it's time, and just fade it into to believe, and then
yes,
that'd be awesome. I could do that.
That needs to happen.
Well, enough is enough, and it's time to believe. Do. Be awesome. Eddie will be right back after these messages from our sponsors. Oh, no sponsors. All right, fuck it, we're back.
So, what's you want to tell us about this Eric Young situation, Eddie?
Oh yeah, as noted on Monday, Eric Young took to his Twitter account and blasted the fans who were not pleased with this past Sunday's Teenage Anniversary 13 pay-per-view. Writing, real world, if you watched hashtag Anniversary 2015 and you did not like it, go F yourself. Hashtag Pro Wrestling Proud 5th Day A-Game Teen Effort. He has since apologized for his actions on Twitter.
Eric Young going crazy.
Which, like I said in the review, if you haven't watched the pay-per-view, definitely go watch Austin Aries and Davey Richards, Magnus and Storm, and EC3's tag match.
Nice.
Those are like the matches of the night.
I didn't know TNA had matches of the night.
I didn't know TNA had matches.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
Not for me.
Oh.
Wait. When we're on the topic, guess who, EC3 beat at one point?
That's not how the joke goes.
Sting! Yeah! How do you like that, you guys? Especially Brian over there. Making fun of TNA, making fun of Sting. You guys don't like it. Yeah, see how I like it be with the dull TNA hate.
Hey, Rich.
Yeah.
Remember when EC3 lost to Jane Storm?
No, because I don't watch TNA. Wah, wah.
Well, good thing it was a house show.
Yeah.
Who's been undefeated on television for over 600 days?
Brock Lesnar?
The hardcore American icon.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar.
Moving along.
The hardcore. What did you call
The
him?
hardcore American icon.
None of these words describe EC3.
I know those words. They just don't make sense together. They just don't describe anybody.
Let's break it down.
Hardcore American icon. That sounds like
The
Mick Foley
hardcore
to
American
me.
icon.
Let's
I'll read
see.
exactly what it said.
That sounds like Mick Foley to me.
Okay, it says, and I quote, "The hardcore American icon defeated every TNA Hall of Famer, including Sting. On July 1st, he was 620 days undefeated on television. So hot. Come at me."
I did Google the phrase hardcore American icon, and the first result is a link to an article about EC3, so I guess that's...
There you go. He defeated Bully Ray, and he defeated Devon, I believe, Rhino last summer, so he rightfully deserved that title, of that name. So there you go.
How is he
Hashtag
hardcore?
Hardcore American icon.
How is he hardcore, though?
He beat Bully Ray at the Texas Death Match at Slammiversary last year, so that's part of it. He defeated Devon. He defeated, Sting, because he's an icon. He defeated Kurt Angle. He defeated Rhino. Huh?
So basically, everyone that he beats what makes them who they are, he's just calling it himself. The hardcore American icon, and he beat Bully Ray, Kurt Angle, and Sting.
You said
But he is not.
He's not either of those. He's not American, is he?
Yeah, he is. He lives in Boca Raton, Florida.
The American Ethan Carter III.
Boca Raton, there we go. I said it right.
I mean, we can call him the American. That's true.
Yeah.
Hardcore American.
The American wrestler? EC3. Because he's American made. Yeah, he's American made.
There we go. Richard just did a cover of a song. Let's put that as the intro.
Yeah.
That was a great cover.
Now it goes my fight.
Yeah. Anything's better than your cover of Fight.
Oh, changing subject finally.
Yeah.
For those that want more information about those covers I'm doing, I am now pushing to get it done by the end of this month of July. So it's going to be uploaded possibly to iTunes, by the way.
Oh my god.
It's going to be, yeah, I'm making some money on
it. Eddie's going to drop a mixtape.
Eddie,
mixtape.
Eddie,
Got the lyrics.
Eddie K is the softcore American icon.
There we go. That's the name of the album. There we go.
Softcore American icon.
There we go. The first track, Hardcore American Icon, also known as the Trouble remix I made. So there we go.
Trouble.
I know that song at the back of my hand.
Trouble.
I have a name for the album.
God, no. I don't want to hear it.
One Night in Eddie.
No.
Or you can cover China's theme and name that your cover.
Or you can cover China. I mean,
nobody wants to cover China. Speaking of China,
yeah.
Have you two heard that, like, at this point she's basically begging to get a meeting with Vince and Triple H?
Oh, really?
Like, she wants in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think she put out a video, and yeah, it essentially she was just begging for a meeting.
Yeah.
And I guess they're not going to give her that meeting.
I can see why.
Yeah, I mean, you don't. Oh, Triple H beat me during our relationship, but let me in the Hall of Fame.
You don't touch with God.
I don't know.
Anyway, we have a small bit of Lucha Underground news. They've applied for some trademarks. The Medallion match, the Believers Backlash match, the Gift of the Gods match, the Gift of the Gods belt, Monster Matanza Cueto, whatever that means, and the Master.
Interesting.
That's a pretty basic one. That seems like something that might already be trademarked.
The Monster? Yeah, I would imagine that's already. Hold on.
Does anybody watch Lucha Underground?
I used to for like the first 3 weeks, and I gave up.
I don't know where can one watch Lucha Underground?
El Rey Network at 8 o'clock on Wednesdays.
What's it? What was that?
The El Rey Network.
The what?
El Rey
Network.
El Rey Network. Oh, okay.
El as in El Generico, Rey as in Rey Mysterio, Network as in WWE Network.
So this is a TV channel that yet another one that I have never heard of.
I hadn't heard of it before Lucha Underground, but I actually think I get that channel.
Yeah, I don't get anything. I don't even get Spike or like some of the basic channels. It's ridiculous.
And neither of you get Destination America.
Nobody gets Destination America.
Except Eddie.
Monster
all right.
Medallion match. Oh, I'm sorry. It was the master, not the monster. That was trademarked. I thought it said the monster.
Isn't there?
What does
there...
Monster Matanza Cueto mean?
Can
we translate that?
Matanza means killing. Cueto is not Spanish, as far as I can tell, so I have no idea.
Monster killing Cueto?
Yeah, I guess. It's like English, Spanish, and some other language just mangled together. Spanglanese. It's like Spanish, Japanese, and English. Spanglanese. I have no idea.
Cueto.
Cueto. What is that?
Grado.
What is Cueto?
Oh, Grado.
Guido?
Grado sucks, for real.
Guido?
I don't see the interest in him. He's just a fat, tubby dude from British or United Kingdom.
From British.
Shut up. Same thing. Grado is just so boring. And I liked June 10th or 17th. T. Grado called him a jackass.
I've never seen Grado wrestle, but he just seems like a fat turd.
All right,
he is a fat turd. Just look at him.
So I did some Googling. There's a guy named Dario Cueto, and there's somebody called Matanza. So, but he's separate from Cueto, unless Cueto is Matanza. I have no fucking clue. I'm just reading something here. It's so confusing. I should probably start watching the product.
All right. Well, to all our foreign listeners, if you know what Monster Matanza Cueto means, tweet us at Xylot Themes with hashtag Monster Matanza Cueto.
Hashtag Spanglanese. Anyway. So, former WWE diva Serena Deeb is scheduled to wrestle her retirement match against Syuri for the Reina promotion. Is that how you pronounce it? In Japan on July 10th. Deeb worked this past week's TNA Impact Wrestling tapings.
Thanks for the spoilers.
You know what? Whatever.
Oh, and who typed that?
Is it really a spoiler if no one watches?
Jesus Christ. I need to watch what I say now. And speaking...
If something happens during a TV taping that nobody watches, is it really a spoiler?
Okay. Yeah, spoiler alert. See, I let people know if there's a spoiler alert coming.
So when is that going to air? Like March of next year?
Actually, 3 weeks from now, at the end of the month. I don't know, but it was their last tapings they did. Austin Aries lost to Spud in a loser leaves TNA match. So, and neither of you spoil me about the EC3 and Kurt Angle match. Although it's already aired. What? Technically, when this goes up, do not spoil me.
Spoiler alert, EC3 is in the match.
There we go.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, me neither. I don't.
All right. Do I need to elaborate?
Who is this Kurt Angle that you speak of?
Olympic gold medalist.
With a broken freaking neck.
Yeah.
And
who's the other guy?
Oh,
Ethan
actually.
Carter. Jesus Christ. You two finish.
When did Kurt Angle announce that he had a tumor in his neck?
That
was recently, right?
Saturday?
Yeah.
Because he Facebooked a photo of him and his son on a roller coaster, I think, at Universal during the pay-per-view.
Oh.
So it must have been Saturday.
Not only did he wrestle with a broken freaking neck, but he's wrestling with a tumor in his freaking neck.
Yep.
So hopefully all goes well with him.
Goes well with him.
Karangle.
Speaking of July 10th, July 11th, I'm going to the Global Force Wrestling event in East Lake at the Classic Park. Magnus is going to be there. Sonata is now advertised. Big Doc Gallows, Carl Anderson, the Bullet Club is going to be there. And that next week's XyCast, I'll talk about my experience at a Global Wrestling event. So make sure you look out for that 100%. And yes, Brian, I'll get try to get most Steam information as I can, or I'll let you guys know sometime. Like Sonata uses TNA or whatever. Just
Cool.
Do you have a way to like record while you're there? Record audio?
We're bringing both digitals and the Android, so we
Nice.
will have stuff. But the thing is, with the new digital camera, like 30 seconds is like 400 MB worth of size because it's a 1080 camera.
400 MB. Jeez, how many more members do they have now? Oh, come on. 400 MB. Whatever.
Haha, you try to make funny. Haha.
Forget it.
Well, it seems like with their recent shows, they do like a meet and greet kind of thing.
Yep, we got the VIP one.
Are you gonna be doing
the VIP meet and greet? Yeah, because we were like the 4th, 5th, and 6th people to get the tickets for the event too. By the way, when they went on sale, so we have front row like at one end of section 113, which is close to 112, so we're like right in view of the ring 100%. And we do get the meet and greet before and I believe after, so I can finally meet the Slapnut.
Excellent.
Chosen one.
So you can just ask them straight up what their themes are.
I could, or I can go up to the music guy, being like, I heard your music on a website.
It sucks.
And and I like it. So could you give me more information about him? Because the Bullet Club one sounds like Jeff Hardy 100%.
That would be good. They need to like. It seems like they've done like some original stuff, and if that's the case, they should consider selling it.
How much you want to bet when they come to release their MP3s, they're gonna be faster than Surge?
Probably.
Because every time Surge gets criticized on Twitter, he gets real mad about something.
Well, he's slacking on like releases.
He always has.
And the last few releases, it was just the 3 singles, right?
4 singles. Both.
What was it?
Both Dollhouses, Rising, and Sting Calico, however you pronounce it, from 2003.
Stink.
That's so random.
Exactly, and yet people have been begging him for other themes for ages. They've been bugging about the Destination X 2012 and Tough Spud for like ever, and he's not releasing them, which annoys me to high hell. But I still do remember when he released Jeff Hardy's Similar Creatures from Bound for Glory before Bobby Roode's theme from 2012. What sense does that make?
I don't understand. Like, if you're in his position, why not release as much as you can? Because it's money.
Look at
people are buying it.
Same thing with the home videos and stuff. People will buy the stuff. How many copies of the Sting DVD have they sold? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Their matches and their songs are money. T-shirts not so much because they've mass produced them like 1,000 times.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. That's not releasing stuff is like passing up guaranteed money.
Exactly. Whether it's 99 cents or $1.29 is money either way you put it. Because if all 3 of us buy it, that's like $4 or $5 right there alone. It adds up. Yeah. Then Brian, you can say the part about the payment to the wrestlers.
Hang on, there's a lot of movement going around upstairs.
Do you have your own RoboDog? Everyone has it but me. That's not fair.
Ha.
Former WWE superstar Nicole Bass has been arrested for shoplifting more than $1,000 in goods from a store in Queens, New York on Tuesday. Bass reportedly put over 160 items into her bag and left without paying for them. What the fuck? How big was that bag? Jesus Christ. She's been charged with petty larceny and possession of stolen property. In court, she agreed to 6 months probation and to counseling. If she meets the terms set by the court, the case will be dismissed. Yeah, I think that's called pre-trial probation or something. I don't know.
We should also mention that supposedly it was groceries.
Oh.
Which is
see, I have a thing where if you're gonna steal food, I think of that as a much lesser crime than stealing like clothes or something. Because food you need. Like, if you need food that bad, I feel more pity than anything else. But yeah, that sucks.
It could be
that she's just not doing very well.
Get food stamps.
Yeah, well,
if
that's
necessary.
True. That's true. Yeah, some people don't qualify or they're against it for whatever reason. So I mean, you shouldn't feel like you're above help from the government. I mean, if you need it, you need it. Well, if that's the case, I don't know. Bruno Sammartino underwent back surgery this past week. He has been in the hospital for the better part of a month. That sucks.
All right. This week's top 5 is the top 5 worst wrestling gimmicks. And as usual, I will start, I suppose. I actually have more than 5.
Yeah.
But
it's like 50.
I'm just gonna mention them all, and in no particular order. This is my top. How many do I have here? 9. My top 9, I guess. No particular order. And without going into too much detail, the Goon, because a hockey goon, really. Oz for obvious reasons. Beaver Cleavage, because why does Beaver need to be a wrestler? Bastion Booger for very obvious reasons. That was disgusting. Rest in peace.
Oh yeah.
Orlando Jordan, but only in his TNA run, because they basically said, "Oh, you're bisexual? You know what? We're just gonna make you super gay."
Yeah.
Like
super weird.
Almost painful to watch.
Yeah.
Like what was the stuff, like he was out there like squirting yogurt on himself during a Rob Terry match.
Christ.
Like, and I don't know. They went way overboard. Doing a gay gimmick is fine, but they went overboard with it. Isaac Yankem, because really? And his entrance music was drills. That was it.
Yeah.
It was terrible. The Yeti from WCW.
The Yeti.
I'm sure everyone remembers that. He came out and him and the Giant did that. The what they like dry hump Hulk Hogan or something.
Yeah, a double hug, and the Yeti was just like humping him. It was awkward. It
was very awkward. Yeah. Another one from WCW, the Ding Dongs.
Oh yeah.
They were walking penises. Essentially, and their name was the Ding Dongs. And finally, TL Hopper. Now, the thing about TL Hopper is, previously he was in Smoky Mountain Wrestling as oh God, why can't I think of his name right now? Dirty White Boy.
Oh.
He was Dirty White Boy, and then he goes to WWF, and they're like, you know what? We're gonna make you a very dirty white boy. Here's your plunger. And I don't really know what his gimmick was. He was just like some dirty guy with a plunger, and his entrance music was toilets flushing, and it was gross all around.
Yeah.
And and mandatory one night in China reference for no reason.
Worst gimmick ever.
In my top 5, obviously in no order, obviously Orlando Jordan for the reason Brian said. Claire Lynch, that was bad. Derek Bateman.
Oh, jeez.
Derek Bateman's gimmick sucked. I'm almost glad Derek has died in a ball pit of fire and went missing. Derek Bateman never went anywhere. Main Event Mafia 2.0 from 2013, which was Sting, Rampage Jackson, Magnus, and Shooting on, I believe, somebody else. That just like went nowhere and sucked immediately. And the Bunny. I'm surprised Brian didn't bring up the Bunny, because that was god awful.
The Bunny.
The Bunny was pretty bad. Adam Rose is pretty bad. If you ask me.
The Bunny was awful. Sheesh.
Honestly, if you compare what was Adam Rose's previous gimmick?
Leo Kruger.
What was that?
Leo Kruger.
Leo Kruger. That's right. I knew it was something Kruger. I was watching old NXT episodes, and I'm like, hey, when he was Leo Kruger, he was good. as Adam Rose, I don't know. It's joke gimmicks never go anywhere, and his gimmick walked the line between joke gimmick and real gimmick. Like they could have taken that in a direction. Like I said on a previous episode, they could have made him some kind of a cult leader, and then they could have turned the gimmick a little bit dark. That would have been awesome, and it would have made him like a serious wrestler. But he's now hot Adam, and I think that just deserves an honorable mention at least, if that's his name. Now I don't know, and I really hope not. But
they could have just let him stay Leo Kruger.
Yeah, they could have. This is why I don't like joke gimmicks, even especially with like Santino Marella. He is a perfect example of a joke gimmick that. I mean, I like the gimmick, but it could never go anywhere. He would have never been taken seriously. And I think they've actually all but dropped the Santino Marella gimmick. There were some ads for WWE Swerved, and it showed him with his normal voice, with his regular accent. So I'm wondering if they're just dropping the whole thing, or if they're just showing him, if that show exists outside of kayfabe. I guess I don't know. But anyway, my entries, I only have 5. In no particular order. Giant Gonzalez from WWE, well, WWF. I even as a kid watching that, I thought it was so stupid. It was this gigantic guy in a naked Sasquatch suit. I never took him seriously because he didn't know what he was. It looked like he didn't know what he was doing in the ring. And apparently the same was the case when he was El Gigante in WCW. He always seemed like he was very awkward in the ring. Like he was just his size didn't matter because it just everything else took away from any feel, any look about him, or any feel like any like awe from his character just was completely destroyed. Any credibility that the character had.
Kind of the same with Khali, really.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. It's just like Khali. At least I could take him seriously in the beginning, but then they really screwed up his gimmick. He became a joke gimmick. Why I still don't know. But yeah, I know. After a while, it's like when he would do that chop to the head, it looked like his hand was so loose and just like whatever, like here. Yeah. It never looked like it actually hurt. And it's a stupid move anyway.
That man was a former world champion too.
Yeah,
God.
I know. Anyway, the fat chick thriller / that 70s guy, Mike Awesome in WCW.
That sounds
not
bad.
taking any. I mean, guys, late 90s, 2000, 2001, WCW was shit, absolute shit. It was horrible, unwatchable shit. But Mike Awesome was an awesome, no pun intended, an awesome wrestler. He was amazing in the ring. He was amazing in WCW. He had a huge fan base. But what they did to him in WCW is just unforgivable. They just fucking gave him horrible gimmick after horrible gimmick. They made him, a guy that's into larger women. They made him a 70s guy, whatever that means. He just like a really crappy version of Disco Inferno. And the only reason why Disco Inferno is not on this list is because I actually liked the gimmick. But the two main gimmicks that Mike Awesome was given in WCW were just horrible, absolute horrible garbage. Reverend Devon.
He's culminate!
In WWE. I don't know why they did that, and he just went back to normal after a while. It was like this weird phase. I mean, at least it resulted in the debut of Deacon Batista, which was actually a pretty good addition. But the whole thing it was stupid. It was dumb. It was random. It was. I mean, he used to say testify, and I guess they took that and made an entire gimmick out of one of his catchphrases. It's so ridiculous. Imagine if Batista never. Oh God. Yeah. And if Batista had never broke away from the Deacon gimmick, he would have been stuck in the same kind of like goofy gimmick, territory. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. His size kind of helped him break out of that. But that's the thing. You have to break out of the gimmick in order to be taken seriously. Batista broke out of his gimmick, and he exploded. He has been popular ever since. He's huge. I love the guy. They have to allow the wrestlers to break from the gimmick. They allowed Dolph Ziggler to kind of break away from the Spirit Squad gimmick after spending some time in OVW, but they need Adam Rose to break away from the gimmick. Haha. But yeah, anyway. So my next entry is Eugene. It's debatable. A lot of people make the argument pretty well that his gimmick was actually a good one, and apparently, I don't know, from what I hear, a lot of mentally disabled people look up to the character, I guess. I mean, that's fine. I just think that a man playing a mentally challenged person is like a white person in blackface. Like, it's offensive and borderline not, I don't know what the word would be, but it's really close to just being like horribly, harmfully offensive to the mentally disabled. Apparently, he still does a version of the gimmick on the indie circuits as U-Gene, like the letter U-Gene. And I guess he's gotten some positive feedback for it. I'm not saying that it's absolutely a gimmick that he shouldn't be doing. I'm just saying that I personally didn't like it. I cringed every time that I saw him, not only because he was mimicking a mentally challenged person, but that he seemed to be stuck in the gimmick, because technically he could have never broken away from that gimmick, whereas somebody like Batista could easily broke away from the Deacon gimmick. Eugene absolutely could not break away from the gimmick because what he had was most likely a chromosomal a chromosome disorder, and there's no cure for that kind of mental disability. So there could really have been no way for him to break away from the gimmick that would have made any sense at all. So he was pretty much trapped in that gimmick. But now that he's on the indie circuits and he's doing the gimmick again, still, I guess he actually liked the gimmick. So I don't.
He loves the gimmick.
Yeah, I don't feel bad anymore. So if he likes it.
He thinks that it's actually like positive.
Yeah,
because
I can see that argument. Yeah.
I really want to try to get him on the XyCast.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I've talked to him several times before, so I don't know. I'll send him a message and see, because that'll be interesting to talk about.
I would love to ask him about that.
I would want to get Jimmy J for next week.
Well, next week we're supposed to have Chris.
Or at least like the week after or something. So we can like talk about like the transition from a TNA event to a Global Force event, and just like talk from there.
So yeah, I'm gonna try to get Nick on here, and I'm gonna try to get Rob Conway too. He's about to make his return to OVW, and
spoilers.
Oh, it's not a spoiler.
It's just not a spoiler if nobody watches.
No, it's like they've already announced it.
Oh.
There's like I haven't been watching OVW lately, but there's some kind of storyline going on now where like the one group or something is trying to take over OVW, and so Danny Davis is bringing Rob Conway in to help him save the company or something like that.
These takeover storylines need to stop. Companies are doing these like every 2 months.
Well, they're going to be doing a War Games match.
For no reason.
No, it's like the Team OVW against Team dudes trying to take over OVW.
Nice name.
My last entry is Fake Diesel and Razor Ramon, since they were introduced as a package together by good old JR Jim Ross in his short stint as a heel. I don't know what they were thinking with this gimmick. I mean, I can guess that they thought that they could bring the gimmick back without the people playing the original gimmicks. Like, Diesel and Razor Ramon were separate from Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, but that's not how wrestling works. And obviously it was Glenn Jacob and Richard Bogner, I believe his name was, in those roles. They were obviously different people. They didn't really care to hide that fact. And to this day, I still can't tell if they were trying to make those new versions of Diesel and Razor Ramon, like, if they were seriously trying to push them as, like, the actual, like, yeah, these are the same characters just played by different actors, or if they knew it was stupid. Like, in the world of... Yeah, and in the world of wrestling, it's hard to tell if somebody's doing something ironically or not. But yeah, no, I know that they did it to show that they can still use the characters because they own the characters Diesel and Razor Ramon. And Vince, in his infinite wisdom, figured that, hey, I can put anybody in these trunks, and they'll be just as good because the characters were popular, not the people. Like, no, that Kevin Nash made Diesel. Like, Diesel was a part of Kevin Nash. Like, that was Kevin Nash amplified, just like Stone Cold Steve Austin is Steve Williams amplified. Razor Ramon is kind of Scott Hall amplified, I guess. I don't know, but the character was still Scott Hall made the character. So yeah, that's it for my entries. We're unfortunately gonna have to cut this episode short because I gotta go. I am playing the game 7 Days to Die with some of the guys from Game Society Pimps, which is a YouTube channel that they do a lot of playthroughs for games like Skyrim, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft Auto 5, and all that stuff. Yeah, so it's exciting, and it's going to be a lot of fun. The fuck is that? Somebody is slamming a fucking door at my place, like downstairs. Like, somebody's slamming a fucking door over and over again. Sorry. So yeah, I'm going to it's going to be fun, but it's going to start in like 4 minutes, so I got to go. So yeah, this has been Richard.
This has been Eddie.
And this has been Brian.
Yes, and we'll see you guys next time. And the closing theme starts, and blah blah blah. Hey, yeah,
we gotta have our fading out banter and words.
So you said
EC3.
I'm saying words.
I'm saying words.
It's going to fade into the ending theme.
Fucking idiots.